What's good, y'all? Welcome into the TraKCouts podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about music and life with the people living it. I'm your host, Co-Red. With me, as always, my dog, the co-host, Scorpio. What's up, bro?
What's the word with it?
Check it out. We interview producers, engineers, creatives in this music shit in general. If they live in it, we want to talk to them. We on like all the platforms, so whatever you listening to, like, subscribe, whatever, so you notify when we drop. We got a good one for you today. Our guest today is one of the hottest cinematographers and music video directors in the city. He has a deep production bag also that includes work with Rob Lowe, the Star, Miss Kush, and hella other dope artists from the city. Please enjoy this conversation with FRAMEZ. I gotta know, like, you have mentioned it to me, but like y'all have been knowing each other. So like, explain to me like how y'all met and like what's the backstory between y'all like first meeting and shit.
You want me to go?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. I met Mr. I'm gonna call him Mr. Hurd. I met Mr. Hurd. I don't know what year it was. He was in high school. He was a freshman in high school.
15, 16.
Yeah, I was his band director. I work at Wyandotte High School as an assistant band director, and he was one of my students. But what made Chris so special is he had an interest in music production and stuff outside of just the band and the music. So that's kind of how me and him kind of built our relationship.
You was doing that all the way since high school?
Yep, since high school, for real, for real. What, freshman year?
Yeah, bro. Bro started on GarageBand.
GarageBand.
So he was just a kid for real.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
And then ended up switching to FL Studio and just started.
Yeah.
Kept learning more of it.
So you was the band director at his high school?
Yeah, bro. So I think around the time that he was in school, I probably was out of college for about 2 or 3 years. So I was still young, bro. I was like 20, 24, you know what I mean? Still young. And when I saw that he like make beats, I think I gave you your first copy of FL. It was my copy of FL. Yeah, I used to hit the door and he was like, Mr. Tatum, look at this. You know what I'm saying? He'd bring his laptop with his GarageBand beats, you know what I'm saying? He was good then. And I think once he got FL, he just kind of took off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right on.
But yeah, I mean, he was already very musically inclined. I mean, he was a good kid, quick, easy to learn. You know what I mean? So making beats, he was just able to transfer whatever he was doing in band to the beat. So it seemed like every time I would come in for practice, he had something better. You know what I'm saying? He had something
tight.
new. And I used to always tell Chris, man, bro, you're gonna be a star. Cause I started off really slow, bro. I wasn't as good at his age as you know what I mean?
Same.
So,
Same.
So to see him just take it and just go off with it, I was like, yeah, he gonna be cool. He gonna be dope with it.
Facts. And then like you kind of like put me onto the fact that like people around you rap. Cause like, I didn't understand that. Like I'm thinking like all these bigger artists, and like you was at school, when you was in school, CDs, rapping, Wyandotte Boys.
Yep. And that's one thing I think I don't talk about it very much now, but that's like the foundation of what, like, bro, when we got the school laptops, we was one of the first people, especially at Wyandotte, that, you know, we actually was creating a project. Like we used to record on our MacBooks, bro. We did all of our artwork, recording, just all of that stuff on the MacBooks. We would take them out in the hallways after we, you know, export everything, get CDs, and we would sell them. So we was selling, you know, $5 mixtapes in high school, you know what I mean, until, you know, the group decided to do other things. But that's where the foundation of that whole...
Like on the school MacBooks? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, bro.
Damn.
Like, yeah, so like, I don't know if y'all remember, like KCK, they gave out the MacBooks or whatever, and we had GarageBand on there. You know what I mean? So, bro, I remember I used to walk down the hallway, I used to see people recording in class, bro. Like, I see people recording a song during, you know how teachers might have a little free time and all that. You got people talking in the back of their classroom, they still in there trying to record. You know what I mean? But
that was you recording in class?
Well, we be after school, low key, in Miss Watts' room, recording.
Yep.
They had mics and shit at the school?
Bro. No, we was a little computer mic or a little headphone mic on me.
Headphones, bro, and the little computer mic, and just learning how to keep your distance, and that's all we had. You know what I mean? And I think it kind of gave me the foundation of learning how to kind of, at least what I thought, learning how to mix and stuff like that to try to get a good sound. But that's kind of where we started, bro. DWB, Wyandotte Boys, is a little rap group that we had in high school. And believe it or not, bro, we had our little fame. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we had a lot of people that actually supported our CD and bought it. Yeah, bro. So it was a little thing.
So when it comes to band, what instruments would you be playing, or do you still play?
I still play, but not as often. I play when I need to teach a student.
Yeah.
But my primary instrument is saxophone. So I started playing alto saxophone and tenor saxophone. I played that probably until my junior year, and then that's when the band stuff started kicking into gear more, and I was like, oh man, I want to play a brass instrument. So I tried the French horn. I couldn't play that. I ended up playing baritone. So that's what I went to, got a college scholarship on.
Oh,
baritone.
nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel that like it's essential, or not essential, but like, does knowing how to play an instrument make you like a better producer?
It made me a better producer.
Yeah.
And it took me so long to kind of mix the two, because for me, I'm a band head, and that's a whole different world than the producer. But it's like I had to kind of slow myself down. This is before I got on my little run as diverse. It's like I had to start approaching music like I would write it, because I arrange music as well. But when I make beats, I just go off a feeling. I don't think like, okay, all I need is these elements and the beat is done.
Yeah.
I think I used to overproduce a lot. And I think that came from being in band and all the different instruments and parts and stuff.
I feel that.
So I would overproduce. It'd be sounds here, sounds there, and leave no room for the artist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think throughout that time, it's helped me, but it's also helped shape me to try to dial back and understand when a beat is finished. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think it helps. It gave me like the foundation to understand like chord progressions and how music and how it connects to emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I always tell artists that I work with, a lot of the music, if you heard it, that's what I felt like when I made it. That's exactly how I was feeling. You know what I mean? Whether if it sounded emotional, if it sounded hype, I kind of create based on my feeling. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah. What about you? You think knowing an instrument make you better?
100% if you apply that shit right, for sure. Like, I feel like band helped me with like mixing and mastering, like as far as just leveling. You know what I'm saying? Knowing where everything need to sit, because you can't have your trombones way louder than another part of the band at a certain time. You got to know when to have your moment to shine. You feel me?
Yeah.
Right. And then kind of like you said, knowing when the beat is finished, because in a band with an arrangement, you might have multiple different instruments playing the lead low key, like they'll tag off, but then you making a beat, like you don't got to do all that. You got, like you said, leave space for the artist.
Yeah.
So it definitely helped just knowing how to structure stuff for me.
Yeah.
And it's like the going off feel shit, bro. It's like every producer I know that's really doing this shit, like even if they play any instruments or not, you can put like the keyboard in front of them and they'll make it happen on the keyboard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Thanks.
I don't know what it is. It's like, even myself, I don't play keys. I don't really play much instruments anymore. Used to grow up playing guitar a little bit, but like, I still like can put the shit in key on the keyboard. You know what I mean? Just off feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I feel like it's like 90% feel, but if you got that, if you know how to play an instrument, that can put you over 100. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
And I always said, I tell people this all the time, like, bro, if I know how to play the keys, I'll have Grammys right now.
Oh God.
Sometimes the stuff that I got in my head, I can't translate it on the keyboard. You know what I mean? So I just have to kind of peck my way up to it. You know what I mean? More meaning like chord progressions and stuff. You know, to be able to just play a melody or a chord progression and then just move on. You know what I mean? Versus sitting 30 minutes trying to make sure that this, you know what I'm saying? Making sure that it lines up and it's not clashing with any of your other elements that you got in your beat. You know
well,
what I mean?
that's exactly why too, bro. Like any kid that was coming up doing this, that wanted to do this, even though I don't play keys, I'd be like, learn fucking keys, bro. Because you can do anything if you can play the keys.
Facts.
Like literally. Like how frustrating does it be for y'all sometimes when you can't get that idea out because you can't like physically lay it down?
Yeah.
You know
it's
what I'm
hard
saying?
to articulate. Yeah. Yep.
And then it'd be like, sometimes if I can't get it down fast enough because I can't play very well, like then the idea is gone and now it's like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like how often does that happen to y'all? Like the idea will be fleet before it's even started.
I mean, that used to be a problem for me, bro. That was a problem. I wouldn't finish beats because of that.
Yeah.
So I used to have to tell myself, okay, bro, once you got something that sounds good, just run with it. Like, and keep going. Cause if not, you're gonna spend an hour playing around with this idea and you're gonna lose all your drive or motivation to produce that track.
Yeah.
So I kind of lose it. But if I find something, if it's rocking and it sound good, I'm moving on, bro.
Yeah.
I don't got time to sit and think because, like I said, I'll get stuck there and then I won't finish the beat, bro.
I feel you. So like how much are you into like the 15-minute beats are the best, or like how long are you spending on a beat that you like? You know what I'm saying?
I go through runs, bro. Like I might not make a beat for a while, but then I'll sit down maybe for 2 hours and I'll make like 6 beats because I'm just going, not necessarily a certain time limit. I've tried to time myself and I usually come up with some decent beats, but they say the beats that you make the quickest is the ones that people
That's
end
what
up
I'm
liking.
saying. Yeah. But me personally, bro, it's like sometimes I'll fuck around in like one drum loop. I'll try like 6 ideas on one drum loop and it takes like an hour. You know what I'm saying? But like that's just my process.
Yeah.
The 15-minute beats, I always feel like they might be rocking, but it's also like I don't have like as much musical like attachment to that. Does that make sense?
I feel you.
Yeah.
But then that's crazy because the artists usually end up picking those 15-minute beats.
Oh God,
the
every
ones that you
every
feel
time.
Like, this is the hardest beat ever, bro. They about to go crazy on this joint, and then they be like, skip.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of producers say that too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just try. I think my biggest approach is making sure that I understand the artist, so that when I'm giving them music, or I just make sure that I make whatever I'm making to fit them.
Yeah.
And I just try to focus on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it be sometimes like I feel like we're so creative. Sometimes we forget to produce.
Yeah.
And we start being artists.
Yeah.
Low key with the beats.
Even then, bro, like that's when the super producer stuff come in, because it's like sometimes producers produce for other producers instead of the artists. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So it's like we in here, you having fun, you're doing whatever sounds good for a producer, but an artist, like I said earlier, the spacing and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And some people, it's like me, put too much, bro. I like the melody lines, leading lines, bro. I'll start playing some stuff, and then I'll just start peeling it back later as we get into the process or whatever. But yeah, bro, I don't have a set time on how I make my beats or how much time I make them. I try to go for feeling. My biggest thing is just making sure that I finish it, because that was
I feel that.
like a pet peeve for me, bro.
I feel that.
I struggle with it, and if I don't feel it, bro, I'll be like, oh, I'm on to the next thing. My bad.
Yeah.
But I'm on to the next thing, because it's like I said, I feel all my records, and if it's not here, then I gotta go. I gotta move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, what was I gonna say? Are you guys ever like, are you guys more intentionally cooking for artists? Like, I'm gonna make some beats with this person in mind, or are you guys just like creating more often, like with no like intention, even if it's like something that's gonna turn out for yourself as an artist? Or are you like, I'm gonna cook something up for me? Or are you just like, I'm just gonna make something and see what happens? Could be for anybody.
I just create now. Like I used to try to be like, okay, I need to make a beat to send to such and such, but then you might send that beat and they might not like it. What really started happening is when I started really getting into me being an artist. People be like, bro, can you just send me beats that you be on? I'm like, bro, I don't know how to do that, because I just made some shit and then I recorded on it. So now it's to the point I just create, and play it. If they don't like it, they don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good approach, bro. Because a lot of times, like when I would work with like Kush and stuff, they would tell me, send me something that you think that I wouldn't rap on. You know, because a lot of time I think artists put themselves in a box rapping on the same type of beats, but being able to send them different vibes kind of open up a whole different artist in a way. You know what I mean? The subject, the content, like the things that they're rapping about, it all changes. And I think we control that as producers. We kind of create the element that the artist wants to be in. And
Yeah.
I've actually had artists like, man, I got to write to this. I can't just come up with something because they feel like whatever they're saying, it has to be so intentional because of the beat.
Right.
That's kind of how it was with Sovi. You know what I mean? Like, I sent her 10 beats or whatever. We kind of played around with sounds for about a year or something, and then she started figuring out the ones. Because I remember when I met Sovi, bro, she had, to me, I like to describe it as her production had like a Bryson Tiller kind of sound to it. That R&B,
Trap soul.
that trap soul kind of vibe to it. But when I sent her that 10-pack, I kind of was like, okay, I heard her sing. I know her vocal tone. I think she'll sound dope on this. You know, and it went to, she's like, I don't know if these will work for me, you know what I mean, to, oh man, all of these are dope, you know what I mean? Because I think she just found her way on each track. And then that's how we came, you know, to make the little project that we made. But yeah, bro. Yeah.
So like the music we have seen you like cooking up like the last year or two, it's like you've been working with like some of the female artists in town. Is it like their sound that you just gravitate to, or as a producer, or you like just enjoy cooking up like their type of beats, or like what do you think?
I think depending on the artist, it just worked. It just worked. Like when I started working with Rob Lowe, I already make West Coast type beats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think when I started working with her, it just worked. Like it was like she needed that sound. I kind of knew where she was going because I was a fan of her music. So I just was like, all right, boom, 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 boom. And that's how our run kind of started. And then it same thing kind of got replicated with Kush. You know, I'd say more so leaning towards the Rob Lowe side because I make like Bay Area, you know, that bounce, you know what I mean? And at the time she was probably the perfect person to jump on it. But then it got to that point where we all started working together. And then that's when I started flipping those classic records, that's what kind of got us where we are now. You know what I mean? I think it was Don't Shake Them Haters Off. I think one of them came with an idea like, hey, I want to flip this. It was supposed to be just content. You know what I mean? I flipped the beat. They did their verses. We did a little content and it went viral. We did that 3 times. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that kind of led to, it kind of led to the open doors for like the E40s. And I got a record with Cushion Be Legit. I got a record with Keek the Sneak. You know what I mean? Just small little placements, but based on those little moments. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's all still fire though. Keek the Sneak's crazy.
Yeah, bro. So I think I kind of catered to, in the beginning, I catered to their sounds, but as the more that we would create moving forward, I think they would ask me to send them whatever, you know, that I didn't think they could rap on. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that just kind of led to the little run that we had. You know what I mean?
I feel like I don't, like the artists that I'm locked in with, I feel like they're not like necessarily like send me something that you wouldn't think I would rap on. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they feel like they know what they want, even if they don't. You know what I mean? So it's always like, send me, I need something like this. You know what I mean? But it's always like they never pick that shit anyway. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Right.
I wish more artists would be like, just send me the shit that you think I would be dope on, not just like what I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a cheat code for real. Like when you get an artist on a beat that's not their normal shit. You know what I'm saying? You get a whole different sound as a producer.
Yeah, as a producer, I mean, and it opens different lanes for the artists. They start, like I said, they start rapping about different things, or even they just start playing around with different flows and stuff. I just melodies, watch it, melodies and stuff. It just kind of makes them more creative in that aspect.
Yeah. Yep. So when it comes to your production shit, diverse. You had like briefly mentioned while we were working on some other shit recently that you were like looking at a little bit of a rebrand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's rebranding, not necessarily like changing my name or nothing. I think it's just more so understanding, bumping my head around the city, bro. Just bumping my head, realizing what I like and don't like, and taking another approach. That's why I took a break from it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I picked up the camera because I wanted to bring something different to the city or a different look to the city. But it was also to give me a breather from just, bro, I call it producer trauma. You know, just dealing with bad relationships, bad business relationships, people not doing what they said they was gonna do.
Yeah, I feel that.
Just stuff not following through like it's supposed to. Negative interactions with artists, you know what I mean? Just stuff like that. It kind of made me not enjoy music no more.
Yeah.
And I kept fighting it, bro. If people follow me, but I'm about to drop this, I'm about to do this. And I think I'm not one of those people that just talk. I do make things happen, but I felt I had to realize, I had to check myself and say, bro, you don't want to create right now. And you need to accept that you don't want to create right now.
Yeah.
So that's when I picked up the camera. I ain't gonna say I let the diverse thing die, because bro, I would be walking in the room with cameras and people be like, you know what I mean, you did this or you produced this or man, you know, and so it's like I could never really escape it.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I feel like, okay, well, this is me building. When I came with the Originative Frame, it was a way for me to build something that could work and I could have more creative control. You know what I mean? So now it's like, okay, when I do want to work with an artist like Chris or somebody like that, I'm able to make the beats, have good, connections with the artist, but then also shoot quality videos.
Yeah.
It almost became like a package to help artists get out of here. You know what I mean? Or like, that's what I look at it. It's like, how could I work this? Like I said, just to help an artist kind of get going. You know, a lot of people around here, they don't have teams, they don't have production, they don't have quality videos and stuff like that. So I felt like me being that one-stop shop could help artists kind of move towards a more professional, career.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of just the local stuff.
I got you. I feel I feel the same way. You know what I mean? Like this studio here is like the same kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But more rooted in the music still instead of the video. Although like it's like damn near everybody's having to start doing video now anyway.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I started doing video not as a means of like to be, creative control of something, but just as necessity, bro. Like just like you're saying, like motherfuckers need this shit to look good. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we had to start doing it. You know what I'm saying? The little cell phone videos in the bathroom wasn't going to cut it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you said a lot of stuff that I want to touch on. We'll get to the Originative Frame stuff, but I want to ask you about like that producer trauma shit that you had talked about. Like, I think that's like the number one thing in like doing music and like people thinking like, oh, they made it. It's like, really, it's just the resilience, bro. Like to not, you know, quit despite all that shit you had talked about. You know what I mean? Because everybody that does this will have to be subject to like fucking shitty relationships, people, you know, not doing what not holding up their end of the bargain, not doing what they say they're gonna do, like shit flopping sometimes, people not liking what you did, you know, and all the above. So it's like resilience. And so like, are you, as part of your rebrand, getting back into the music? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, bro. I earlier this week, and when I work on my MPC, I've been getting in this thing where I'll try to like get good at finger drumming and all that. That's kind of been my way to walking back into it, bro. Because I've literally been editing videos all year.
Yeah,
I haven't. A lot of the stuff that's dropped, like even the project with Sovi or the stuff that I had with Kiki Sneak and Kush and all that, this is previous work, bro. I worked hard for like 2 years to the point where all that music was still dropping. Up until now, I haven't really produced anything. So now I'm just now starting to get back into it. But then I remember I had a conversation with Scorpio about this too. It's like, I got to decide who I'm going to be when I come back. And I think that's the rebrand. Everybody knows me for flipping those iconic records. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I made my name here. You know what I mean? But I have a lot that I can show. And I got to figure out where I want to be in that. I've been producing. I've been finger drumming. I've been playing with different styles. I kind of want to get more into the musician side of me. Bro, it's a lot to unpack. I don't want to just make rap tunes. You know what I'm saying? I want to make soulful music. I mean, I want to just be diverse.
Yeah, I got you.
For sure.
Yeah. That's where that kind of that's where that name even comes from, bro. Because and Chris knows I do a lot, bro. I do a whole lot, and it's like, well, how do I embody all of that into one person? It's just diverse.
Yeah.
That's where the whole name even came from.
Right on.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting back into producing, bro. I'm trying to find my love for it. I had to think about what made me, before I had that little run that I had, just even the artist or the type of music I was listening to, the emotion behind what I was doing, I had to just get back in that headspace. Yeah. Because like I said, man, when you go through like this whole producer trauma thing, it just kind of like, it put me in a space where I'm like, well, I don't want to do this shit again. I'm about to sell all my equipment. Bro, I'm cool. I don't want nothing to do with this, bro, because it wasn't serving me.
Yeah.
But I had to realize, too, that I wasn't serving myself. I was serving others. So everything that I was doing was to advance somebody else's career. So I put my ideas on the back burner, you know what I mean, to try to help. Because, I mean, bro, we all run into these situations where artists just be like, man, I just need a team. If I had a team, I could do this, you know, and if I had a team, and then it's like when you provide the team, that's when the weird stuff starts to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, you might come into a situation with a genuine heart and really want to help an artist succeed and move forward, but everybody doesn't have that idea or intention when they deal with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's almost like, you know, you can make sacrifices as a producer and do all these different things to try to advance an artist. But it's like when it's time for you to scratch my back, it's like, or even if you tell a person no, I think that's what I realized is like, I had people running me in the ground, bro, like create this, create that. You know what I'm saying? And when I be like, nah, I'm working on this, it got weird.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, if your relationship that we got is conditional based on what I do for you, then I don't want nothing to do with it at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at that's where I was with the whole production thing. And it's like, now I had to kind of tell myself like, all artists are not like this.
Yeah.
All artists don't handle business like this. And so I just had to find my love for wanting to create again. But then also, I mean, and I know we're going to get to the Originative Frame thing, but it's like, once I started seeing how good I got with the camera, I'm like, oh shit, I need to bring the beats and the camera together and just start, you know, making them work together.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into it. So when did you first start getting into video? Was it before you've been on the Originative Frame run?
Bro,
because I feel like you're really knowledgeble.
Bro, and you want to know why? Bro, YouTube University. Bro,
For
I
real.
studied YouTube for like 5 years before I ever bought my camera.
Yeah.
I don't know where it came from. I think I watched a music video one day and I was just like, that's dope. So then I looked up different directors and the cameras they were using. Then I ran into Red cameras and Black Magics and Sonys, and I just went down that rabbit hole, bro. And I spent years trying to figure out what an aperture is and the f-stop and all of these different things, to the point where I actually was like, you know what, go buy a camera. Then I bought the camera. It sat in my drawer for like 2 years. I didn't buy no lens, bro. I didn't buy nothing because I was scared. I was scared,
Yeah.
bro. I didn't know what I was doing, I just had a brain full of knowledge that I learned from YouTube, and then I started shooting. And I think the more when I started shooting, I'm like, hold on, like you starting to get good at this, bro. And I think, you know, I didn't have like the big, you know, computer setup, bro. I've been working on CapCut since I started,
which is crazy to me. Because I use CapCut also for my shit, and I feel like your shit is like so much more like cinematic.
Bro, I think the love for, first of all, just watching movies. I used to watch like the Power series and stuff like that, but I would start watching stuff different. Or I would see stuff, the behind the scenes of something. Like, for example, they might light something in a nighttime scene and the whole scene is bright. And I'm like, I'm trying to pay attention to how they light scenes to get the looks that they get. I just started getting really interested in that. And then the color grading thing became a thing. Yeah. So I've learned how to, I want to use DaVinci Resolve, but my computer wasn't strong enough. So I'm like, well, shit, I got to learn how to do what I'm doing on CapCut. So I just learned the foundations of color grading, bro. And it's all in CapCut. Yeah. It's all there. You just got to know how to use it and where to use it. And you'll start getting better results and better looks. But yeah, that's kind of where that came from. I think at the time I liked the videos that I was seeing in the city, but I felt like, because bro, I've been to college, bro. I've been around a lot of different people and I've seen a lot of different things. And I'm like, okay, Kansas City we got a lot of talent, but we could present it in a better way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's where the whole cinematic thing come from, because we ain't nobody doing that.
Yeah.
And even now, nobody really do a lot of cinematic stuff like that. You know what I mean? I try to lean more into that approach now because I feel like that's your style, bro. So just lean into it. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, that's where that whole came from. That's how that whole videography thing came from.
So would you say that the shot is more important than the edit? Like to get your results you're looking for?
Yeah. Because you could have a boring looking shot and it can have a dope edit. You know what I mean? Like, and it's still not hit like it's supposed to.
Right.
And I think I've learned that more working with Nick, like, and MK. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, bro, and I think I told bro this, but you know, since I have been doing the videography thing, bro, I was a fan of his work before I even met dude. I'm like, who is? I remember I used to ask you that shit. I'm like, bro, who is this dude? Like, he had the best looking color grade, just the way that he shot his visuals, the way he frames everything. I'm just like, this dude is crazy talented. And not to know that this dude, how you like 24?
He young, bro.
Like, what the hell, bro? I'm 35.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I think even more, I'm learning to be more intentional with shots because, bro, me, especially some of the artists that I will work with, I wouldn't say they're not creative, but they have in their minds what they want to do. You know what I mean? And sometimes the artist, this is what I want to do. So if we just pulling up and we shooting at this location, that's what we doing. You know, I had to try to figure out how can I be more creative than just doing a bunch of takes and mashing them together. That's what it kind of turns out to be. And a lot of my first videos were like that. You know what I mean? They looked good, but they were just a bunch of run and gun, random work. You know what I mean? Like,
so what do you enjoy more though? You enjoy the filming or the editing more?
I like both.
Yeah.
I think the coolest part is going into a shoot, kind of having an idea of what it's gonna be and getting those shots, but then seeing how it looks afterwards. I think even with when we doing TC's videos, bro, like when we send them screenshots and I see like, damn, like this is how the color came out, or this is how, you know, whatever scene that we set up, this is how it looks. I think I enjoy that more. So I'll probably enjoy the editing process more because it's the color grading. Right. It's bringing the shots that we got to life. Right. You know what I mean? So,
and it's kind of like, you know, seeing that end product as it happens is dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, it's hard to maybe see the end goal of like why you're shooting it in the early stages sometimes. But that's almost like, I feel like, you know, how we always say like the recording is more important than the mix. You know what I mean? Like the shots are more important than the edit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You got to have something to work with.
Yeah, you do guys have something to work with.
Yeah.
If you ain't got a good shot, the edit, I mean, and a lot of times, bro, all that crazy editing comes from fixing problems. I tell people that all the time.
Facts.
Like a lot of times, bro, when you see people just desaturating their videos with a bunch of, it's covering up mistakes, bro.
You put me onto that too, cause I think I seen you made a post like that. But when I first started picking up the camera and I started thinking like, damn, some of the shit I got hella effects on that shit. And I just looked at it, I'm like, yeah, you a little shitty right now. They had to back off and like you said, the shot is more important, low key.
Yep.
Yeah.
Facts. Yep. The composition of the shot, bro. I start getting more into the leading lines and, you know, just trying to, you know, just do different camera angles and stuff that makes the shots look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I feel like the shit I like to watch too, whether it be videos or content, like just dope ass shots more than crazy edits and effects. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always drawn towards just people that got a sick ass shot. You know what I'm saying? Because that really to me shows like you put some planning and effort into it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. You're intentional about the art.
Yeah, intentional. That's a good word for it.
Yep.
Hey everyone, Code Red here. If you like the way this podcast looks and sounds, it's filmed on location at Code Red Productions. We handle all your audio needs for music, commercials, and podcasts. You can find us on Instagram or Facebook at Code Red Productions KC, or visit our website, coderedproductionskc.com. We'll see you here. Back to the show.
You talked a little bit about like how you said that Kansas City has a lot of dope artists. They just needed to present it a little bit better. From you like starting like selling CDs and Wanda and stuff, what has the progression of like the Kansas music scene look like from your eyes?
Bro, it's grown. Bro, I graduated from Wanda in 2008. I went to UAPB from 2008 to 2013. I came back and I didn't know nobody. It's a whole different scene, bro. Like, I mean, of course I was still young, but like, all right, for like when I went out, like for example, I'm gonna make a perfect example, bro. And this is just on the local scene and street music and stuff. Like, I came up, me and Young Cat, our group and Young Cat, we all came up rapping at the same time. I came back from college and Young Cat was that man. He was like, everybody was like, Young Cat, Young Cat, Young Cat. I didn't know nothing about it because I've been in the South, bro. I've been in Arkansas. I don't know nothing about Kansas City no more for real. Like, not at least in that aspect. So when I came back, as far as like street music and the local scene, like he was doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I think music changed. I seen a lot of people lean towards the street music and just different sounds, but I didn't really know a lot of people. So I had to come back here and just kind of browsed, bro. I didn't know nobody. I just kind of made my music and I just kind of followed people, kind of watch. And then when I popped out as diverse, then I just started, to make all those connections and getting back into the everything, bro. I didn't even know I had even Jazz's studio. You know what I mean? I had never met Jazz. I think back then, I used to rap. So I used to see the Cypher thing. I'm like, oh man, I got to get on that. You know what I mean? But I never knew who Jazz was. I just always heard his name. You know what I mean? And that he had a dope studio. So it was like when I did, get into the production run, I got to actually put the names and the faces together and build these relationships. Cause Jazz is cool. That's who I let mix all my shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't really. I know how to mix and I know how to get a good sound, but my finished sound comes from Jazz. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different music scene, bro. And I think even now it's grown. A lot of these younger, like in your group, a lot of y'all just get it, bro. Like I see y'all doing a lot of collaborating and working together instead of working against each other. Yeah. And I think that's where a lot of the confrontation comes from. The people in my age group and older, everybody want to be that man. I want to be the one. I'm the hardest producer. I'm the hardest artist. You don't really hear that from the young dudes. You hear that from the older dudes that got them egos. And it's like, it took me a while I learned really. I ain't gonna say it took a while. I learned really quick that a lot of people here they create for ego. It's not. Ain't nobody trying to make a good business move. Ain't nobody doing it because they love it or they want to make some money. They want to be the man here. You want the energy and the fame that comes with being the man in Kansas City type, you know what I mean? And I think once you kind of navigate around that, you kind of learn how to, move around them type of artists. But I say the music scene has changed, bro. It's changed a lot. Artists have come and gone, and the artists that's y'all age are coming up, bro. All the people that I look up, that if they having a movement or a sound or if they're having some type of consistency, every time, bro, they always end up being in between ages 21 and 25 or, in that young. So y'all got it, bro. Y'all figured it out. Y'all got the juice. You feel me?
What similarities do you guys see in producing and shooting video content? That's for you too.
It's the same, bro. It's how you get in your workflow, you know what I'm saying? When you making a beat and you just zoned out and you're not paying attention to nobody around you, just in your world. That's kind of how I get, bro. And I get like that in my videos. I had to realize that. Like, I was editing a video probably like last week, and I was down there on the ground because I like to lay on the floor and edit and shit just however comfortable I can be.
Happy ass nigga.
Yeah, I know, right? But I'm on that one, bro. You would have thought I was making a beat, bro, because it's like I try to edit to the emotion of the song.
That's hard.
You know what I mean? So like my chops, some of the chops that I was doing or stuff like that, I was just feeling it. That's why I hate when, bro, I don't run into this too much, but I really don't like shooting videos of songs that I don't like because it's gonna be torture during the edit.
I feel it.
I feel that too.
It's oh my God, bro. So like, and I haven't ran into that too much, but I've learned that I enjoy the process more if I love the music.
Yeah.
And so I get into those workflows and that flow state where I'm just blocking everything off, and I feel like I can be really openly creative. I think that's the hardest part for me was connecting. Cause bro, you gotta be, I ain't gonna lie, bro, to be a videographer, you gotta kind of be nuts, bro. The shit that you gotta think about and the way that you think about it to put it together, it's the same way with being a producer. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta really, really think out of the box. Or otherwise your stuff is just gonna be on the surface level. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I say just getting into that flow state and really enjoying just the process of creating is how they connect for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, fact. Because it's just like I use an example yesterday. I was shooting content with this one guy, and we walking through this little park because he wanted to shoot at a park. And out of nowhere, I just stopped. I was like, hold on, wait. Because I just seen something, and it just looked like, hold on, I can get a shot from this. Same thing like when I'm making beats. Like, I'll be clicking, I'll accidentally click something, and I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Let me actually do that. Like, we was in there the other day, you was like, that double shit that you did, that shit was hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this? I fucked up. And you was like, that shit hard. And I played, I'm like, oh, okay, that shit kind of hard.
Yeah.
So just like, finding happy accidents through everything is how I see, like, the connection. Like, the mistakes and just the mistakes make some of the best art.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Facts.
Yeah, that's true.
For sure.
Facts. And what you said, like, man, if you don't really fuck with the song, it makes the edit so much harder.
It's brutal.
That's like, sometimes, like, no matter, even if it was a dope video and edit, if the song ass, it's like the whole thing is ass. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to see through the shitty song. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or like that kind of parallels with like when you're doing a mix, and I'm like, no matter how good the mix is, if the song ass, the mix is ass. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, they go hand in hand like
Facts.
that.
Yeah.
Like,
Just shaping new boo-boo.
yeah, exactly. Like, but we've all been like working together a lot on some music videos recently. Let's talk about that. Like, what's been kind of from your point of view? How's it been working with this crew, like, to bust out these music videos, like bam, 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 bam?
Hey man, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real transparent. I fuck with y'all heavy, like real talk. I think, and I'm gonna explain it in just different ways. First of all, I was on the outside looking in. I kind of been watching y'all. I seen y'all been having this thing going for a minute, and y'all seem like a functional team. It works. But when I was able to actually be behind the scenes and see how you guys work, I love it, bro. For one, I always say Cody is like the drill sergeant. He gonna make sure everybody got everything, in place. It's gonna get done, and I like that because that's teamwork makes the dream work, bro. And when you got the right team doing the right things, it all just functions, bro. And then just I think the playful relationships y'all got and all of that, it helps making when it's time to work, it all just works out. And and it reminds me of like my group of friends, because that's how we are, just the way y'all talk shit to each other, real raunchy. That's what I'm used to, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when you don't have that with your real homies, you just kind of, you know what I'm saying, go back into your square. So I think me kind of walking into y'all situation, it's like, hold on, this is a cool group of dudes. Everybody's talented. Everybody's, invested. And there's no weird energy. I think that's what I love about it the most. And I thank God for that, bro. I actually asked for that. It's kind of weird how all of this even came about, because it's like, I kept telling myself, like, bro, if I want to take this to the next level, I got to try to work with more people that's like-minded. And then MK hit me up like, hey, bro, let's because I told him I wanted to work with him, but I didn't think that he would just be like, well, hey, bro, I got a video such and such. Let's start working. You know what I mean? It was like, okay. So I've enjoyed it, bro, from just the way that you guys plan videos, locations, just being intentional about shots, really just working together to get a result. And that's what I'm used to, bro. Even when I was in college, just all that's the environments that I need to be around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to be the best person in the room. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I want to be around people that we can bounce ideas off each other to get this great result. And that's what I think that whole project, just whatever video, whether we're working on yours or TC's or whatever, it's like, what's the best end result? You know what I'm saying? And I love this shit, bro.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah. I feel like it's not even like we have defined roles, though. You know what I mean? Like, everybody just shows up and it's like, let's get the shit done. Like, but whatever means, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, I'll be like, I got this, and this covered. Scorpio, you got to get this covered. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Yeah.
But
It works, bro.
But also, it's like, that dynamic's we've been working together for like 4 years, 3 or 4 years, you know what I'm saying? So it's like just now to this point, you know what I'm saying, of being that like team shit that you talking about, you know what I'm saying? It almost just like happened naturally, you know what I'm saying?
Especially to be able to knock the way we've been knocking shit out like so like back to back to back.
Yeah.
Like previously it would be spaced out. You know what I'm saying? But now we've been building it up to this point to where we were able to just like, all right, let's get it done.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. That's dope, bro. When you got people, you got creative directors, you engineer and produce. And I think that's the beautiful thing, bro. It's like y'all doing what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Y'all already doing it. Like you got, I look up and we might be in the middle of a shoot and I'm listening to the beat because, I tap in and out of being a producer and a director and I'm like, who made this?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, Scorp or Cody made it. I'm just like, damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
facts.
You got dope production, dope videos, and look at what it's doing.
Yeah, facts.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It works, bro. It works when like-minded people come together. You got the production, you got the videos, you got the artist. Y'all all pushing it for one purpose. Everybody understands, and it just works.
Facts.
So yeah.
What other video shit you be shooting besides videos though?
Bro, let's see. I've shot panel discussions. I've shot parties and events. I did one wedding. I like weddings, but weddings is something that you gotta have a crew for weddings. I don't really care to do those by myself. But
seems like a lot, yeah.
Yeah, more so just everybody's on this content run, so I've content stuff and interview type stuff, pretty much podcasts.
Yeah. Where are you guys finding, when it comes to just content, like straight like vertical content, like where are you guys finding the inspiration a lot to like for new ideas for that? Because I find it so hard when everybody needs it so often to make it fresh every time. You know what I'm saying?
For me, I've been trying to find a happy medium for that. I haven't really found. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I haven't found my own niche in it aside of what we see everybody else doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got the internet thing where. And I forgot what guy started this, but where you kind of show what's going on behind the scenes and then it pops into the real video.
I feel it.
And then I think everybody's leaning into that. You know what I mean? But I think for me, trying to find my space in that, I got this thing that I got called Frame Reflections, and I've shot a couple of them, but I haven't dropped them yet. And it's like, I want to do it in a way where we can make content without having to think so hard. You know what I mean? Frame Reflections is just the artist, basically, like the content that we got, you rap a verse or whatever, but what I got, I'll explain some of the sets that I got, bro. We can just be on a regular street. I hung a frame in the street, right? So I got a dry frame, and then I put the artist on the second run, so then when I mask everything out, it's gonna look like this frame is floating in the middle of the road, right? But the artist is in it. But I want to collect, like I want to do a lot of those different performances, and it's almost like we just collecting a picture wall, of content.
That's
what
hard.
I'm saying? So I'm trying to find ways to take what we already have, but branch out and make it my own. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of my inspiration comes from Instagram, bro. Like you scrolling down, you like, damn, what was that? You know what I mean? So you try to figure out how can I recreate or do something that's like that, but not necessarily the same.
Yeah.
That's like my We Got One visuals page. Like I go on there, like I try to make sure that my feed is nothing but content.
Yeah.
And I just look at like different videographer videos, different color grade shit, different ways to set up something creative.
Yep.
Like, that's all it is. I just scroll through it and look like, okay. Save it. Okay, I could do this for Passport, or I could do this for such and such.
Yep. I think the dope thing, I love the way that you went about your run with Passport.
Yeah.
I feel like no artist has had an approach. I said it to myself, like he's found himself, because it's like you say these little comments in between the songs and even the checking and the roasting, you know what I'm saying? That's who you are.
For sure.
And it's unique to your brand. You know what I'm saying? So you can copy and paste that.
Facts. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, we was.
It's like, okay, everybody has their way of making content, but this is how I make my content, and it works, bro.
Yeah.
Facts.
It works. So it's like, it's just little stuff like that, bro. I think it's seeing what everybody else is doing, but finding out where you fit in this social media content and just keeping everything still cool. I think you do a good job of that too, Cody. Like when I look at, like I just saw a video you did, or did you shoot the one for what's her name?
Shay Lyric.
Yeah, Shay Lyric in the laundromat. Yeah, it's simple stuff like that, bro.
Yeah.
Finding a good location, finding a cool angle and shooting this shit the right way. You know what I mean? It's not as serious as a music video, but it still gives her good quality content to push to her viewers.
Yeah.
And you know, push her brand. So yeah, bro, we living in a real content stage. And I think I saw something on Instagram where they was like, is music videos dying? Are music videos dying? And I don't think they are. I don't think they are because the content ain't nothing but a watered down version of a music video. I think the content fuels the music video. Mm-hmm. It's like small versions of the music video.
Facts.
Literally. You know what I'm saying? So I think artists just need to have better approaches to their videos so that they're not so cookie cutter and we can get back to the art of a music video, you know, rather than just content.
So like on your content that's like passport content that's like unique to you, it has its own look, it has its own style, like has its own script sometimes. Like is that coming more from like your artist brain or is that coming from your content creator brain? And I know they're both the same, but it's like, do you think you could replicate that with a different artist if they came to you and had no idea what they wanted to do?
For sure, 100%. I think I could. It's like you said, with my shit, it's really just me, like me being who it is. That's why, like, sometimes when somebody hits me up for content, I just be like, let's go get some food, just so I can see what the fuck they be doing. So I know, all right, let me record this. And then with being an artist, they just want to see you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yes, I could replicate that with anybody else.
Yep.
Just got to show what about you people could like.
Your
you
niche.
Feel me?
Niche. Bro, I think a lot of times that's where artists, they get so stuck in making the music and they get in the cycle of just making the music, putting it out, making the music, putting it out, making the music, put it out. And it's like, all right, I look at artists like Larry June, all right? He has the whole oranges thing.
Yeah.
And it ain't like he just sitting at home eating oranges all day, but it's you know what I mean? But it's more so it's something that he could build on his brand. And it branches off into other brands and different things that pushes ultimately his music, bro. Like, you know, having like smoothie restaurants and organic Midnight Organic, which is his clothing brand, and just all of those different things that implement the oranges and stuff like that. But like I've even seen him in interviews say like, of course I'm preaching a healthy thing. This is what I believe in. You know what I'm saying? This is like my niche. This is what I enjoy. This is that part of, you know. But he's not just sitting at home. I'm sure. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it also creates it's content, bro. Like you said, going to go get something to drink. So like he can go and have a matcha and then take a picture of it, and he gonna get 1,000 views on that because they just wanted to see what you did today.
Yeah,
like you said, artists, they just want to see how artists is living. And I think if more artists had that approach, they would feel so much better about the content because you can run yourself crazy with that. You know what I mean? Oh, this has to be structured, bro. Just go out and live life, bro.
You feel like a robot, bro.
Yeah, you feel like a robot. Go live some life. Go to the park. Go chill with your family.
Yeah.
Go watch a nostalgic movie. Like, go be a person. And I think just turn the camera on and forget it's there. You know what I'm saying? And I think if artists would get more into that content stuff, it wouldn't even be a thing. That's why I like Lil Russell, bro, because a lot of the stuff that we see with Lil Russell is just him living life, bro. It's not like just of course they want it to be done a certain way, but if you just go out and live life, you got content.
Yeah, facts.
It's not too overly thought out.
Right.
Yep. I had to learn that too, bro. Like, all right, bro, you're gonna go to the park and you're gonna beat on your MPC. Like, nah, man, just go out, have some lunch, bro. Take your MPC with you wherever you end up at. Boom, like that's the content. Set the camera up. Boom. You know what I'm saying?
So you prefer when an artist comes to you with like a vision for their content or their video, or you like if they come and they're like, whatever you think, bro, let's do it?
I like both. I like sometimes artists don't know what they want. They have an idea. But I always like to remind the artist that, you know, you're the artist, I'm the videographer. So it's like I can take your idea and expand on it or bring it to life per se. I prefer to do that than to it really depends on the artist and how creative they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if they just have something real simple, then I might try to, you know, put more into it so that it could be cool. But like for example, bro, when I shot my low ride with Big C and Chucho and them, they already knew what they wanted to do, bro. They was like, we got the crib. We want to start here. We got the car. We do the car show stuff on Southwest Boulevard. they came to me with a treatment, bro. I had to go through the treatment and then make shots based on what they wanted.
Shot list, yeah.
Yeah, make the shot list based on what they wanted. That shoot was butter for me, bro. It was just me, you know what I'm saying? And because it was planned out like that, I was able to just run down the shot list. You know what I mean? And so it helps me versus, bro, sometimes I've been in shoots where the artists, we start with one location, we get there, we can't use that location. So now we just chilling, walking around. We don't really know what we're doing. I don't feel confident about that because it's like, yeah, we can run a gun, but it'll be much better on my end if we had a plan and something creative in place.
I feel that. I feel 100% the same way.
Yep.
All right. We got one, Scorp?
We got one. All right, bet. So it's the section where I'm gonna give you two things. You tell me which one you want. It's called We Got One, Scorp. All right, bet. You ready?
All right, let's see what you got.
R&B or hip hop?
R&B.
Damn, he answered that quick as fuck.
Yeah. I didn't expect that answer though.
Same though, low-key.
What's up?
Bro, when I'm at home, all I do is sing, bro. Like I sing all the time. A lot of music, I feel R&B music more than I feel hip hop. I love hip hop, bro, but R&B is just, it's different. It's different, bro. It's different. Not even on some being in your feels type shit, but it's like, I don't know. I respect music. I listen to music differently and I respect it on so many different levels. It's like, it starts with the beat and it's like, okay, they made that. And then to watch an artist bring it to life with whatever they talk about, like, and how they approach it, it makes me excited, bro. I get really excited when I start hearing chords and melodies and flows line up, and it's overwhelming for me. So that's why I really like R&B, bro. I can sit at the crib. Sometimes I'll be like, bro, something wrong with you, bro? I can listen to the same song over and over and over and over. And I'll learn something different about it every time. You know what I mean? Like lately I've been listening to a lot like Giveon, stuff like that. And I don't know, bro. I just respect the work that R&B artists have to do to get the sounds that they get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I used to rap, so rapping it's not, I mean, of course it takes skill, you know what I'm saying? But R&B is a different monster.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah. And sometimes I feel like R&B is the foundation of hip hop music too anyway. A lot of stuff that they sample are soul samples. You know what I'm saying? It's R&B. And the reason why when you chopping that sample and then you like, ooh, the reason why you feel like that is because of what that artist saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you just sequencing it in a different way to make you feel different or make it different. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So yeah, bro. I say R&B.
What about you?
I'm going hip hop for sure. That's like my first love, and like I respect so much like 90s and 2000s hip hop too. So it's like that's the foundation for everything I do. So that's what I'm going with. I didn't grow up listening to R&B. You know what I mean? That's been a result of doing this, where I now listen to R&B.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't grow up listening to that. I wasn't even exposed to it. Couldn't name any R&B artist besides Chris Brown when I was growing up, for real. But I could name a trillion rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I grew up.
I'll say R&B personally.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
All right, bet 808 or kick.
808. It's something about that 808. It's ignorant, bro. It does something to you. You think about it, bro. Like when you riding down the street and you listen to it, and if that 808 going crazy, bro, it will give you energy that it does something to you.
Yeah.
It does something to you.
Sure.
But, I think it's all about how it's used too, bro, because if you think about music, it's changed a lot over time. Some people, back in the day, like in the earlier years, the 808 was important, but it wasn't the main focus. I think people would bring kicks in for energy.
Yeah.
So it's like the 808 would be hitting boom, boom, boom. But then when they ready to bring the next part of the energy, they bring that kick in there, and it just seemed like it would just brighten up a little bit. I think more now these days, there are songs with no kicks in them. They it's just straight 808. You know what I mean?
Especially like some Atlanta shit.
Yeah.
808.
Yeah.
Yep. So 808s.
Personally, my sound, I feel like, is them use both, like you're saying. Like you have the 808 and then you bring in the kick. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I usually cook up a lot of my beats. If I had to pick only one, though, I don't know. That's really hard because I love kick drums. I just love that knock with the snare back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like I love feeling the kick in my chest. But like you saying, that 808, like the whole car be going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I fuck with that too. That's a hard one.
I think I'm gonna go kick. Just cause me, like personally, like when I be making shit, like I like a lot of live bass, so I can get away without having 808.
Facts.
So I'll put that kick in there for sure. Okay. Horns or strings?
Horns. Oh, that's hard.
I'm gonna go strings.
I'm gonna go horns.
That's a hard one.
That's hard. Yeah, yeah. Because when I think about it, bro, when I think about horns, I think about, bro, horns are the foundation of trap music. If you think about it, early Atlanta trap,
one of them for sure.
Yeah, you know, all the Zaytoven or just that early, those sounds that.
But damn near low key, so is strings, bro.
Straight strings is classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I guess it depends on the music that you know. I think, yeah, horns. I'm gonna go horns.
I feel like horns, for me, it's like two different vibes, right? I feel like usually when the horns are getting thrown in, it's like really an energetic vibe.
Yeah.
So I'm going for something like really like over the top. And when it's some string shit, I want to be like a low key, like chill vibe.
Chill.
Usually when I'm bringing
Something
that
soothing.
shit in. Right, soothing. That's a good word.
Soothing, like a menacing kind of vibe, something like
Yeah.
that. For sure. Outdoor light or indoor controlled light, or like outdoor natural light or indoor
For
controlled
shooting?
light for shooting.
I'm gonna say natural light, bro. Natural light, bro. You catch a video, what do they call it? When the sun about to go down.
Sunset?
Well, I mean
Dusk?
that, but
Golden hour?
golden hour.
Yeah.
Bro, I've shot some videos in golden hour and I was like, wow. You know what I mean? If you're able, I think when you understand light and where the sun is shining down at and you can create shadows and stuff like that, you can really get some good motivated lighting out of that.
For sure.
Or even in night, like low light situations. If you go out at night, if you got a street light shining down, that's motivated lighting. You know what I mean? Put your artist in that light. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of use that as a key light. You know what I mean? To light your face or whatever. I'm always go natural light. The cool thing about indoor light though is how much control you have over it to shape it and to make it whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Outside is you just kind of getting what you get. But I think that's the beauty of shooting outside because you don't have no control. You have what you have to work with. That's it. Yeah.
The thing is too, for me, from my experience, it's like the outdoor natural light looks fucking awesome because there's so much of it. But like, if you shoot, especially at like golden hour, bro, you better fucking do it quick because the beginning of that shot is gonna look different than the end of the shot.
Bro, I learned that too, bro, because you get so caught up in shooting and time goes by and I'm like, bro, we losing our light.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what happened. I don't know if you guys saw this, bro. I shot a video with OK Cashy. It's supposed to be content. It's called Red Rover.
Yeah.
When we went to like a little pumpkin farm or whatever, when we first started, if you look at the shots, it's kind of bright. You know, it was kind of, the sun was going down, but we still had some sunlight. When we got to that spot where he was in the field, and I'm thinking about it like this because I had to edit that way. I couldn't start with that because it was dark. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like we just had to kind of play into us losing the sunlight and just kind of make that a part of the video. You know what I mean? But that's also how we got that dope shot in the field because you see the sunset and it's real orange and like, you know, real warm. And then there's no light on his face. So it's creating a silhouette, a shadow. It was an intentional shot. You know what I mean? So I guess it's just about how you use natural light.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
This last one, we kind of already went over it. Color grading or the shot.
Color grade.
But I'm going to switch it. Color grading or the VFX.
Color grade.
Okay.
Yep, I'm gonna go color grade. Man, I'm so on the fence. I'll use VFX when I need them. And I'm trying to lean more in that. And I feel like this because, for one, I feel like a lot of stuff is just saturated, bro. A lot of people trying to shoot what they see other people shoot like. That's why I don't edit the way I try to avoid editing like that. But instead, I try to lean more towards like tasteful VFX. Like, for example, I got this video, it ain't dropped yet. I got an artist that he had on like a diamond chain. He had the bracelet, the chain, and the mouthpiece. And you know, with the different effects that you can use, basically it was like a zoom transition, boom, to the wrist, to the neck, to the bling in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Those are tasteful VFX versus like a bunch of masking, taking it and making the artist go into another frame. And it's just, I've seen too much of that. It's boring, it's old, it's dead. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, how can we do this where it actually makes sense with what's going on? Like TC's video, or like Slow Your Roll. You know what I mean? When you got punched, Like it's intentional effects. We're not just doing it because it's covering the mistakes and it looks cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We needed that shot to look like it needed to look.
That was like on the shot list with the effects.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So it's intentional, bro. It helps make the story better.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like the color grading shit, MKV said this to me one time on a shoot. He was like, bro, I don't care if it was like a 12-hour day and it's 2 a.m. when I get back to the crib, I got to throw something in the computer and color it just to see like what it's going to look like. And I'm like, I feel that because that's like the best part to me about editing is like coloring it. Yeah. Because it just makes it like a different beast every time. Yeah.
Bro, I pulled on him to drop some footage and he did that. He pulled up his computer. He pulled the footage off of the drive and put it in there and just slapped the grade on there. I was like, damn. Like, he did it so fast, but it was like, okay. Because I think as a creative, it kind of helps you when it's time to edit. You kind of know what you're dealing with. You know what you got. So, yeah, bro, I rock with that.
Hell yeah. That's the last one?
That was the last one.
Let's get out of here. That's it for us. At CoRedKC, at We Got One Scorp, at Originative Frame. Frames, thank you, bro, for sliding. That was a good convo.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all having me, bro.
For sure. TraKCouts bouncing out, y'all. Peace.